YouTube, what's happening? It is Tuesday, August 27th. And as you can see, we got a full slate of baseball to talk about today. We got 15 games. We got some new series. We got some good, fun little matchups. Yesterday, great day. Actually went green. Didn't go red for the third straight day. I knew it was possible. Green is out there. 4-3, 1.55 units back into the bankroll. Back up to 43 units. Hey, we're hovering between 40 and 70, it seems like. That's cool. Highest was like 80, but we haven't gone anywhere close to 30. So, hey, we will take that anytime we get. On top of that, I said, I like to trail some plays in the comments sometimes. Well, yesterday I did, and I followed Antonio Hudson's play. He said, hey, Rockies, Mariners, Cubs, thank me later. I said, all right, buckle up. I'm riding with you. I was 2 red days in a row, so let's see if we can break the streak. And we did. It was great overall. We love to see that. Great days. I love when you put the plays in the comments. I get to follow some of them. That was the only play in the comments I took yesterday, too. So 1-0. Take that. It was a good day. Good day overall. Lots of units made overall. So that profit number at plus 546 is not in this total on the screen because I don't put those in there. That unit total is only for the plays I give out. My bankroll loves it, my personal bankroll, but on the screen now, those are just the plays I give out. I don't want to add none of that to that. I want to keep it there all the time. So there you go. So we have 15 games. Great day. Great. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, it's on the screen there. I almost said Wednesday. I'm trying to get ahead of myself. So it's Tuesday. We got 15 games. Let's jump to that first game right now. All right, first up, we got Kansas City and Cleveland. Cleveland's a pretty moderate favorite at home against KC. 9 is your total. Looking over at the weather, we can see, we scroll down here to Cleveland, is going to be, it might rain. Pretty good. 5 miles an hour. Can't complain there too much. Let's look at some stats. That's not the stats. Those are the stats. There we go. Pop on the screen. Bang. There we go. KC 1-2 Cleveland lost to 53% Murphy based on what they've done this year. 5.3, 284 for KC. That's 10th and 6th. Yesterday, they blew up for 9 runs and 395. So they trended up hard. Cleveland 3.7, 200. That's 20th and 27th. 4 and 212 yesterday. So I guess they did technically go up because that's still better than what they were doing. So, but not by much. So I would still give the KC the advantage, almost a moderate advantage here in the bats. So if the pitchers must be really bad then, or something's up for it to be such a heavy favorite, Cleveland, right? Gotta be. Well, we got Michael Lorenzen going out there, and I mean, he's given up 5 total runs in 4 starts with KC before he came from Texas. So 5-1, 6-3, 2-1, 4-0. I mean, those are impressive. Okay. So they must have a stud out there for Cleveland, right? It's Gavin Williams. He's 8-6, 4-1, 6-5, 4-3. What? Something's not adding up here. Why is Cleveland even favored so far? I don't understand. And why are they such a big favorite is what I also want to know. So let's dig a little deeper and see. Let's start with Mr. Gavin. Okay, so we look here. He doesn't have much of a history. And the ones that, some of them have green, 500, 571. You can see some of these are red. Nothing stands out. Mr. Witt is only 2 for 8, but it's okay. Not bad. Against righties, KC's 50-50. They're one of those teams that they're kind of good against both. It doesn't matter. So again, nothing's really standing out so far. His props, we can look at them. He gives up, these are strikeouts. How are the strikeouts going? Oh, this is KC and Cleveland. We ain't taking no strikeouts in this series. I'm telling you right now, none. I don't care what this number says. You're going against KC? Hard pass. Hits. He's very up and down hits. Earned runs. Walks. None of that makes sense. Let's go Lorenzen. Maybe he's terrible against maybe something. Nailers over 10. That's not helpful. Jose's 375, but it's only 8 at bats and does have a home run, but that's it. Outside of that, 286. I mean, where's the offense? Because against righties, they're the same. They're pretty good against both sides of the plate. They're a bunch of mid to low 2s on here. I am not seeing it. Nothing is adding up. We go to strikeouts. Again, very up and down. Hits are very up and down. Runs are up and down. It's walks. I mean, if you like a walk prop, there you go. It's 200, but I mean, hey, there you go. Have fun. And outs is, I mean, it was consistently that. And then, yeah, so well, maybe the bats. Maybe one of the bats are cold. We come here, every bat's cold. Everybody's 60% or worse, which isn't really cold, but you know. Melendez and Perez are 4 out of 5. Jose's 4 out of 5. And yeah, I can't say that name. He's 4 out of 5. So there you can see those. I just don't see a single stat that makes me think why Cleveland should be favored, except for they're at home. That's it. Nothing adds up to me here. Nothing. So for me, I'm going to do the irresponsible thing, and I'm going to take KC on the money line as a plus 135 dog today. Why not? Bats wise, no, I'm just going to take KC money line. I don't care what happens. I think Kansas City should not be underdog at this, so I'm going to take them to win the game. That's it. Simple, easy peasy. Next game. All right, next up we got Oakland and Cincinnati. Cincy is a moderate favorite at home. Total is 9.5. Looking at the weather, pretty good. Can't complain. A little bit, not much wind. So neither team's on a streak. 58% nerfy based on what they've done this year. 4 and 237 for Oakland. That's 16th and 17th in runs and average. Meanwhile, Cincy is much better. 6 in both categories at 6 and 284. So I would give the advantage to the bats to Cincy, obviously, because they're doing better. Looking at the one pitcher we know, because Cincy has not listed a pitcher anywhere for us to see, we know Mitch Spence is going out there for Oakland. You see what he has done, 7-4, 4-5. He's going to give up some runs, probably some hits. He's good for those, pretty obvious. So looking at his history, we see France is 1 for 2, and that's all we see against righties. Cincy, I mean, Rosario finally passed Ellie. That's something I've been waiting to see. Other side of that, the rest of the team, Stevenson's third at 253. If you look at the bats, we see Stevenson has been pretty hot recently. So that Stevenson might be a play, since we know Spence likes to give up some hits. So, and then Steer and Cameron are both in 4 for 5, and Steer walks is 4 for 5. So there's some other ones too. Batter walk props are fun. I hit one yesterday for the first time. I'm like, ooh, this is fun. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I look at everything. Let's look at his props. I look through these. Nothing is really just saying, hey, take me. Like strikeouts, neither team's striking out much, so I don't really want to do that. So they're both middle of the pack. Hits, he had a stretch, and it was Philly, LA, Dodgers, where he kept them below 5.5. I'm sorry, you kept the Philly and Dodgers, which, yeah, sometimes we know they're very streaky, but they have talent. We know they have the talent. And then the Mets, which we know have talent too. And yeah, sometimes you're really good, and sometimes you give up 7 to Tampa for some reason. Tampa's not a top 10 offense ever. So I'm going to leave that alone. We're going to pass on that. Walks and oots. Yeah, none of that. I think I'm just going to take this Stevenson HRR. Yeah, let's just do that. Stevenson over 1.5 HRR. I'm not going to take a side because I don't know who's pitching for Cincy. I lean Cincy. That's why I'm going to take the bat for Cincy. So we'll take Stevenson, HRR, move on to the next game. All right, next up, we got the Chicago Bears. I mean, the Cubs, Pittsburgh Pirates. Cubs scored a lot of runs yesterday. Felt like I was watching a football game. 8 is the total. Let's look at the weather. We want Pitt. There we go. Pretty good. 5 miles an hour. No big deal. Cubs are 66 and 66. They're 500. They're getting nerfy 61% based on what they've done this year. 11.3 runs a game in their last 3. It helps when one of those 3 games has 18 runs like yesterday did. They're batting 361 as a team in the last 3 games, which is first, which is hard to do. And then they batted 457 yesterday. That's the highest single game batting average of a team I've seen since I've been making these videos since May. So yeah, talk about the best game of the season. That was the Cubs yesterday. Oakland had those couple games where they got 18, 19, whatever runs, like 2 times this year. They didn't have that good of an average. So yeah, the Cubs are clicking, if you will. 8 strikeouts versus Pittsburgh, 4.3, 255, 13th and 11th, and they're only striking out 4.7. So I think the offense leans Chicago with this one. Just saying, just by a little bit. Now, Steele's going out there for Chicago. You can see pretty great game against Detroit, 4-2, 10 Ks, couple nothings, and another 4-2. Pretty good overall. Good pitcher. Jones is back. He's going out there. It has been a hot minute since Jones has pitched. You look at that and say, oh, that was like last week, right? No, bro, that's almost 2 months ago. It is all about go next week. You're on September 3rd. All of a sudden, boom, you're like, ooh, that is 2 months ago. Wow, where did time go? So, yeah, and then he was pretty decent except for that Colorado game, but it was in Coors Field. In Coors Field, you kind of get like okay, it was Coors Field. So let's pop to the props. Let's do Jones first. History. Bellinger's got him a homer at 500. Hap, there's Hap again. Let's go right to the bats. I just want to see the bats. Hap, I had Hap yesterday and it paid out great. You know what? I think I'm going to go right back to the well. Hap over 1.5 HR because why not? Hap hit that in the second when he hit his second at bat in the second inning. That's how crazy it was. Gonzalez, we got a bunch of people in their 4 out of 5 range. There might be some more, but I'm definitely taking Hap. Anyone else stand up? Bellinger. That's what I want to see real quick. Bellinger, are you over here, buddy? Where are you? You're down here. No, can't see you. Right here. No, that's not good enough. Nope, sorry. You got to be a little bit better, a little bit longer. Against righties, who stands out? I mean, the Cubs aren't supposed to be good against righties. That's just what they're not. But they teed off yesterday. So it didn't matter who they threw out to the pitch. They teed off. So sometimes you're just on like that. So props, all we have are strikeouts, 5.5. I mean, I'm not taking it. It's first game back, but there you go. Let's go over to Steele. Let's look at what Steele's done. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. We got some home runs. Joe is 538 with 13 at bats and a home run. All right, Joe, I see you. Joe, are you on here anywhere? Are you even playing? That's there. You way down here. Oh, okay. No, we pass on you. Sorry, buddy. Can't do it. Can't do it, my friend. Outside of that, we got nothing else really stands out. So, okay. Against lefties, no one is really standing out again. So cool. All right, outs, strikeouts, hits, earned runs, walks. All these are very up and down. I don't like these. Okay, so we went to the bats. We're going to keep it simple here. We're taking Hap, and we're going to rely on 2 factors. We're going to take the Chicago Cubs in the Moneyline Parlay because 1, they have a lot of ones next to their offense. They have a number 1 offense. 2, we're going to fade Jared Jones coming back in his first game in almost 2 months. We're just going to do it. So we're going to take the Cubs to win, and we're going to take Hap 1.5 HRR, just same thing as yesterday, basically, and just move on to the next game. All right, next up, we get the Angels in Detroit. Well, Detroit's a moderate favorite, 9.5 is your total. Looking at the weather in LA, not LA, in Detroit. I mean, where we go? There it is. It's going to be storming. Like, it's going to be raining at some point in this game. They're already 50%. Yeah, 8 miles an hour. We might have a rain delay. It might not get played. It might get postponed. I might be explaining it tomorrow. So, Detroit's on a 4-game winning streak. LA's on a 5-game losing streak. 2.3 and a $1.14. That's the Angels in the last 3 games. That's 29th and 30th. That ain't going to get the job done. That's why you got an L5 next to your record, because you lost 5 in a row. Detroit, 9.3, 347. That's 2 and 3. So right there, Detroit already has a massive advantage. I mean, you can't get any more of an advantage. 2 versus 29, 3 versus 30. I mean, yeah. And Angels are striking out a ton. Let's look at the pitchers. Cueto, welcome to 2017. We're back, baby. Here we go. He had a good start last time. I mean, it was his only start. So, but 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned. Hey, not bad for a pitcher that just made his first start of the season. Good job, Cueto. Is he going to keep it up? I don't think so. There's a reason why he's a free agent. So, okay. Herter is going out there for Detroit. And, I mean, better than Cueto. Barely. So, I mean, they both can give up runs. Yeah, let's go to props. I don't know what we're going to have in pitcher props, to be honest. This is going to be kind of ugly. We should have a good bit of history, though, for Cueto here, though. So Cueto, a whole bunch of nothing. Okay. All right. Versus righties. Carpenter, outside of that, nothing else is really standing up. Go away. Nothing at all stands out here. Okay. Strikeouts. Yeah, I mean, when are we 2023? All right, you want to show these and just show this one? We could do that. His last time he started was September 27th. Then he started last week. So we'll do that. We'll keep it on this. Why not? And it's like, oh, his hits have been great. He gave up 8 hits against last week too. So, I mean, let's be honest. It was KC, though. It was KC. Not exactly, a bad game versus KC, which we know what they can do. So, I'm not taking any props with him. Sorry. I don't have props for the other guy. Can I even look at his history? Ooh, I can. Let's do it. Nothing. Okay. LA versus lefties. Neto, however you say his name, he loves him some lefties. And so does Stefanik, and so does Ward, and so does Pilar. Okay. Parker Meadows is crushing the ball right now. He had a home run yesterday, I believe. Oh, Spencer's doing great. He's doing great. Oh, so many to pick from. Oh, I almost want to pick all 3, but I can't. You know what? How's how's Parker Meadows doing? Oh, we don't have any info on that, do we? Of course not. Meadows never faced him against righties. He's only batting 218 for the season. Ugh. Okay, who are the other two? Hold up. Keith and Torkelson. Okay, Keith for the season is 256 and Torkelson's 211. These season averages are not good. All right. It's probably missing out on money, but I'm going to leave these guys alone. I'm just going to do it. And then none of the Angels are even close because, yeah, they're doing good for the season, but recently they're struggle. So, yeah, I am going to personally leave this game alone. I'm just going to pass on it. I don't trust either pitcher. I don't trust. The choice. You know what? I said I was going to do that. Let's come over here. Let's see if I can do this. See if this works. Detroit runs. 4.5 is minus 135. Do I want to do that? Do I? No. We're gonna be smart for once. We're not chasing anything. It feels weird. I don't trust the pitchers. All of a sudden, Cueto comes out and throws like a great game. It could easily happen. So I'm going to pass completely and move on to the next game. All right, next up, Houston and Philly. Philly is a moderate favorite per usual. That's what they do. They won yesterday, but they're banned from team totals. I'm just going to say that. No more team totals. So just saying, that's what they are. 8.5 is your total. Let's look at the weather. We are going to be in Philly. There we go. Citizens Bank. Pretty good. Can't complain. Good weather. 46% nerfy based on what they've done this year. Philly's on a 3-game winning streak. Houston, 3.3, 233. That's 25th and 19th. Philly, 8.3, 361. They have the best average in the last 3. I think they're tied with Chicago at 361. That's crazy. They end up tied. And then 8.3 runs is third. 8.3 is only third. That's crazy. I wonder who second is. That's wild. Let's see. Let's go to pitchers. We got Verlander on the bump. You can see what he's done. Yeah, he's had one. Yeah, so not much to go on there. And then Nola's been consistently trucking along. Great game against Washington. Yeah, so you can see he hasn't not faced Philly. Has to face Houston anytime soon. Let's pop up beard props. We got Nola. Let's talk about Nola first. Nola history. A lot of red. Pena's got a home run though. So against righties, who stands out? Anyone? Whitcomb, but only doesn't play much. You don't count, my friend. Diaz is 307. That's the only one. And let's pop over here. Oh, let's go do props. Can't forget the props. Hits. He consistently gives up hits. How is Houston swinging the bat? Not great. So I don't want to take that. Strikeouts. Earn runs. Walks. Outs. Yeah, it's starting to trend down a little bit. It feels like a downtrend. Okay. Let's go to Verlander. I mean, he's only had one game, so, I mean, Verlander it is. There it is. History. Everyone's red. Everyone's 0 for 100. They're all got zeros except for Castellanos, who's 1 for 8. That's crazy. Righties. Bohm. Outside of that, Turner. Everyone's kind of red, kind of struggling a little bit. No one to 300. He's pitched one game. It was Boston. Hits, I mean, it's only your second game back. I got to see. I mean, you still went 15 outs, but I mean, that's what you tend to do all season, though. So I mean, you were gone for over 2 months. So, let's look at the bats. Diaz, Remuto, Marsh, Castellanos. Isn't Diaz the one I said over here? Hold up. Pop back over. Diaz is batting 307. That's right. He actually likes righties. And he's number 1. He's doing great. You know what? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take Diaz. I know it's against, we'll take Diaz over 1.5 HR. I like that. We'll take the numbers. We'll rock with that. I don't like either of their props. I don't even like a side. I don't trust. I'm not taking Philly team total again. I'm not doing that one. So we're just going to take that Diaz over 1.5 HRR and just move on to the next game. All right, next up, we got Yankees and Nationals. Yankees are 225 on the road. Total is 9. Weather in Washington is that right there. Pretty good. Can't complain. Yankees 2-game win streak, 45% nerfy, 5.7, 287. That's ninth and fifth for New York. Washington is 3 and 228. That's 26 and 21st. So you got to give the Yankees the advantage of the bats. Judge is just a robot. It's not fair. He's amazing. So he's probably going to hit a home run today, if I had to guess, because he's facing one of my favorites, good old PC. PC's going out there now. PC had a great game last game against the Rockies. Let's look at that. As the Rockies 4-1. I mean, he's going to give up some runs. That's what he does. I have a feeling, just a vibe about this today. I think he gives it up closer to something like that. Just a feeling, just a hunch. I don't know why. I just do. So he's going up against, with his counterpart is Garrett Cole, who has just been, I mean, Garrett Cole is showing why he's Garrett Cole. He came back into form, clearly. So I'm taking Yankees money line. I don't care. I like it. I'm fading PC. I just what I do. It's what I do. Let's look. Let's look at, we're on Cole. So we're going to go Cole first. Gallo is the only one with history, and it's only a 208, but he does have 4 home runs and 24 bats. So, I mean, he hits the ball far when he does hit it. So, is Gallo over here? Are you over here, buddy? You're not. Okay, that's fine. No big deal. Against righties, Gallo's batting a 185 on the season, so I wouldn't take it anyways. Garcia's 300, though. That's something. All right, but it's against Cole, and you see how Cole's numbers look recently? I wouldn't trust him, because Cole has been cooking. Strikeouts is 4.5. Now, Washington is one of those teams that doesn't strike out often. We saw that with Chris Sale last week. Washington's good. They're really disciplined. Strikeouts, that was hits. What am I talking about? This is strikeouts. Yeah, earned runs. I mean, I'm already taking the Yankees to win. I don't want to take Yankees and Cole because, the hell? Why is this 18.5? Are you expecting him to go 7 innings today instead of 6? Are you expecting him to just toss like a no-hitter today? What are these numbers? I don't know. We'll come back. We'll look at that later. I don't know. Weird. Enjoy. PC, my friend. Let's look. See your history. Oh, Torres, 444, 9 at bats with 2 homers. LeMahieu, 421 with 3. Soto is 0 for, and Judge is 1 for 8. That's okay. We got Torres and LeMahieu. That's all we need, don't we? Let's look. There's Torres, but it's walks. That's nasty. Okay. Oh well. All right. I expected a little something. Who else? Jacob Young. Why is Jacob Young like amazing all of a sudden? Who is you? Let me go back. Let me see what Jacob Young's been doing. I'm just realized what this was. Young. Let's have a look at the right team. Young is only 246 in the season. Never faced Cole. I mean, he's on fire, but I just not against Garrett Cole. Sorry, can't do it. I don't. Do I want to take some? There's so many things I could take here. Oh, Judge home run 6 is literally right there. It's so far up the list. It's ahead of many other people's HRRs or walks or anything else. That's hilarious. I'm not going to actually put a bet in for a Judge home run, but you know it's there. So, okay, we said enough. I'm taking the Yankees in the money line. That's for sure. New York. I'm not going to take a bat because I don't like any of the bats. None of them are really standing out except for Young, but Young doesn't look good in the season. So I will take the Yankees money line and just move on to the next game. Next up, we got Toronto and Boston. Boston's a slight favorite at home, 9.5 visitor total. Looking at the weather, there you go, pretty good. Wind's blowing 8 towards the monster. We'll see. That might help out a little bit. We'll see. 5-game winning streak for Toronto, 4-game losing streak for Boston, 53% Nerfy, 6-2, 38 for Toronto. That's 6-16. Boston 3-240. That's 26-15 advantage in Toronto for the runs, but the bats not much, no advantage at all. Obviously, pitchers, Ariel's going out there. Ariel hasn't done too good in the last 2 games. Just has not been good. Before that was pretty decent, but these last 2 have been rough. And Cooper's going out there outside of this 1 game here. I mean, dude's been pretty decent except for like this, because he's technically a starter, but dude pitches 2, 3, 4, 1 set. You don't know how. Dude's a mystery bag. You don't know what he's going to get for innings. We don't know what Boston's doing, so it makes it really hard to take his props. So let's look over at his props. Let's just jump right to it. First thing I come to is we go here. We see Varshaw's got a home run and 2 at bats, but in a 3.5, but it's only 2 at bats. I need a little more information. Toronto versus righties, a lot of green on the screen, even the red. Vladdy's pretty good, so pretty good overall. Strikeouts, the first thing I noticed, I went, huh? Because it's one of those, okay, it's 160. I see that. But again, how many innings is he actually going to pitch? Does he pitch 1 inning? He's not hitting this probably. So does he pitch 4 innings? He probably does hit it. We just don't know because he's all over the place. In his last 4 games, he went 4.2, 3.1. Here, I can't even show you outs because they don't even want to give you outs because they can't. So 0.2 and 2.0. It's just too difficult to predict a prop. But if you really want to gamble, you want to take the over, that's an option. Just hope he goes a lot of innings. So because Toronto is 15th in strikeouts at 8.3, so the longer he pitches, most likely he's going to hit it. So, but I'm not going to gamble. Nope. No. So let's go to Uriel. Look at his history. Bunch of red, Boston versus righties, a bunch of green, Devers and Durant and Yoshida, of course. Looking at the bats, we see Vladdy walks. Again, the other guy, depends on how long he pitches, but then Vladdy get walked for plus 195. It's hit 8 out of 10. You know what? For plus 195, that sounds like a fun one today, doesn't it? That sounds pretty good. We'll go with that. Vladdy over half for walks. Over 0.5 walks. That's a fun one just because it hits you double up. Basically, you lose a unit. But hey, guess what? It's hit 5 out of 5 and 8 out of 10. I'm going to take it. Why not? Because, yeah, sure. Let's do it. Because it's going to be Criswell followed by some bullpen guys. So somebody should walk him. Why not? All right, cool. I'm not going to take any other bats, though. Nothing else looks good to me. Outside of that, did we look at... Oh, I did not look at his stuff. Hold on. Let's go 2024 pitching outs. For some reason, Outlier is showing that Yariel pitched yesterday. He did not pitch yesterday. I looked. No. Unless, because yesterday was that weird one where they resumed the game from like 2 months ago. Then they had, see, it might be factoring that in because he did not pitch in the actual real game yesterday, not the suspended game. So I don't know what happened in the suspended game. So yeah, I'm just ignoring that column. That's clearly an error. So overall, outs, strikeouts, yeah, ignore the 0. Don't even look at it. I got the box score. He did not pitch yesterday, so it's weird. I just don't like his numbers because he has not been doing good recently. So for me, I'm not taking a side. I'm taking that Vladdy walk. We're going to have fun. Just going to root for Vladdy to not swing the bat. That sounds like something that's going to go well, right? I'm taking that. Next game. Next up, we got the Braves and the Twins. It's pretty much a pick 'em, 9.5 is your total. Looking at the weather, we can see there's a chance it might rain. Other than that, pretty decent overall. Can't complain. Minnesota's on a 2-game losing streak. 51% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. 5 runs, 262. That's 11th and 9th in the last 3 for Atlanta, both in the top 11. Minnesota 4.7, 245. That is 13th for both of them. So they're pretty much the same on offense. Atlanta did have that big jump up yesterday, or their last game, 10 runs and 333. So yeah, both teams are striking out about the same. Nothing stands out. Pitchers, it's the longest last name battle. It's Schwellenbach versus Simeon Woods Richardson. Let's go with Schwellenbach first. Look at the stats. Dude's going to give up a few runs, but he's going to strike out people. So if you're looking for a K prop, he's not a bad one. I hit his K prop last week against Philly. It was great. How is Minnesota striking out? Pretty decently. About, well, middle, 15th. Okay. Let's go. Let's keep looking at his stuff. Nothing stands out. Let's go to Woods Richardson. He is not a strikeout dude usually. He is more of a get you out period. So, but pretty decent numbers. Hasn't blown up since the Mets game back in July. Let's look at the props a little closer. Oh, history. What you got? 0 for 4. Nothing really good stands out against righties. The Braves are Zuna's 304 and no one else is close. So strikeouts 4.5. No. Yeah, you got 7 2 of the last 3 games, but no. That was Cleveland. You struck out 7 people from Cleveland and San Diego. Wow, but you couldn't strike out more than 1 from Texas. Okay, make that make sense. All right, you're crazy. Okay. Don't like any of these. Yeah, nothing standing out. Let's go to Spencer Wallenbach. No history, obviously, against the Twins. Righties, let's see, some green. Miranda's the only one standing out. Okay, cool. Outs going up. But pretty consistent. 17 and a half. Is he going to go 6 innings against Minnesota is the question. I mean, probably, but he only went 5 against the Angels. That's concerning. Strikeouts is only 6.5. He's gone. Yeah, he's been striking out a ton recently. Oh, I almost want to do it. Who was it? It was St. Louis. It was the Mets. It was Miami, Colorado, Angels, and Philly. I'm going for it. I don't care. Well, and Mach over 6.5 Ks. Dude's a strikeout machine. He's just been striking out like crazy. As long as he gets him at least 6 innings, I think he can get 1 to 2 strikeouts an inning. That's all we need. Minnesota is 15th at 8.3. They struck out 10 times last game, so yeah, I'm feeling all right about that. Hits, earn runs, walks, and that's it. Okay, bats. What we got? Austin Martin's the only one standing out. Who is this? Let's look. Austin Martin, his story, Minnesota, Martin. There you are. You're batting 264, 701. You never faced him, obviously. I mean, you're green, and you're green here. Why not? We'll take it. Sure. I'm down for it. Martin over 0.5. 0.5 HRR. I like it. I don't even know if you can play or not, but guess what? I'm going to take it. So, because you do get at bats, right? You bet 140 at bats. So, yeah, you play. So, I'll take it. Sure, we'll do that. Okay, cool. I'm not going to take anything else. I'm not going to take a side. I'm just going to take those 2 props and move on to the next one. Next up, San Diego and St. Louis. San Diego's a slight to moderate favorite on the road. 8 is your total. Looking over in Seattle. St. Louis, it might rain, it might not. Wind blowing out slightly at 5, no big deal. 53% nerfy based on what they've done this year. 3.7, 219, that's 20th and 23rd for San Diego. That ain't good. St. Louis, 2.3, 235, that's 29th and 18th. That ain't good. So both offenses are kind of struggling, but we're not taking a nerfy because nerfies have been officially banned this year. I'm not taking another nerfy rest of the season. Can't do it. Won't do it. You can't make me. I may take Yerfies before I take Nerfies again. Never rooting for nothing to happen. What's wrong with us? Never. Let's go. Pitchers. Dylan Cease is going out there, and you can see he's been giving up a little bit hits and runs here recently. Okay, it happens. You're not always perfect. Mikulis is going out there. Dude pitched a gem against Milwaukee. Outside of that, got rocked a few times. So. It's pitching, yay. Props, let's look. Sees history. Nolan's got a home run, and no one else really has much anything else. Righties for St. Louis. Nothing is really. Burleson's 301, but no one else is really standing out. Let me look at bats real quick. Victor Scott the second. Who? Okay, you play for them, so let's look. Victor Scott the second. You're not even on the list. You're not even on the team. There you are at the bottom. I was looking for the second. You're not even on the team. Buck 53 all season. You don't even play much, so yeah, you're not in there, buddy. Sorry. You're not a teammate. Oh, outs, strikeouts, very up and down. Hits, peaks and valleys. Same. Yeah, he's all over the place. Yeah, he's like, we don't know. We need some consistency with these people, these pitchers. Let's go to Mikulis. Let's see what we got. We got a lot of info. Machado's 214 and 14 at bats. We got anybody actually good against him? A lot of people are not good against him. Okay. But San Diego's good against righties in general. Eve, the only one who has profile, and he's still 275. Everyone else is better against righties and lefties. But you can see their history against said righty, which is this particular righty. So, I mean, they're not too good. I mean, I say, well, Solano having 333 over 9 is pretty good, but the rest of them are kind of like, yeah, I need more data. So strikeouts is 2.5. You're not. No, you only getting 3 against anyone else. Not today. You're not stealing my money today. I've donated enough in the past couple days. Oh, outs and then walks. Yeah, no, I don't like any of that. We looked at the bat. We got Victor Scott. I didn't like that. I don't like a side. I think the offenses are struggling. Both pitchers are good. This is a good game to watch, but I'm not betting on it. There's nothing I like in here, so I'm just going to pass completely on this game and move on to the next one. All right, now we got the Texas Rangers and the Chicago White Sox. Rangers minus 140, 8.5 is the total. Looking at the weather, it's not going to be good. It's getting worse as the day goes. So wind, I mean, they might not play it. We might be talking about this tomorrow as a doubleheader. I hope not, but there's a chance it could happen. Let's look at the stats. Chicago lost 401 losses. They ain't Dalmatians. They losses around here. Texas lost 50% Nerfy, 4.0, 219 at 16th and 23rd for Texas. Chicago 3.7, 262, that's 20th and 9th. Chicago's way better than average, but a little bit worse in the run. So offense is kind of the same. This feels like one that Chicago might win one, maybe two of this series. It could happen. Who knows? So yeah, there we go. I said it. I said it out loud. Yeah, clip it. I don't care. They might win 2 of the 4. Yeah, bet on it. Haney's going out there today. 5-0 against Pitt. Pretty decent. Outside of that, I mean, he's up and down. That's what he is. Crochet. I talked a lot of smack last time about him a few games ago, and he went and struck out 9 dudes in 4 innings. So, but he still is not going more than 4 innings. They're not letting him do more. They're trying to save him from that. They don't want to wear his arm out for no reason. So I know what they're doing. They're saving him for next year. That's exactly what they're doing. They're expecting to make a big push next year. I get it. So props. Let's go up here. 5.5 true strikeouts, huh? Okay. Let's look at Haney first since we're already on him. Haney. Vaughn. Benintendi's 1 for 10. That's helpful. And Louis River has a home run against lefties. I mean, the White Sox are better against lefties as a team, but I mean, you can't count that. Dude had 10 at bats. That don't count. Vaughn's 298. Schultz doesn't play much. Well, I guess he does, but 295. Okay. Hits. I mean, in your downtrending here, there's a lot of downtrend happening here recently for a lot of pitchers. I don't know if they're trying to save their arms for the playoffs or just trying to save them for the next season. There are a lot of starting to do this. I've seen like 4 already today. I saw a few yesterday, day before that. I think that's what they're doing. They're trying to like give them a little bit of a break and not trying to use them up too much. So let's go to Crochet. We have strikeouts. That's all we have. And fantasy score on underdog. That's the only options we have. So we'll do strikeouts. There you go. It's 5.5. Let's look at the history. Who we got? Nothing. And against lefties, Summer goes, Smith 306. Everyone else is gonna Okay, cool. This game, to be honest, this series is gonna be trash every day. Every game's gonna be bad, most likely. So let's look at bats. Anything stand out? Fix my screen. There we go. Let's see. No one it's trash. No one's standing out. Vaughn's 4 out of 5. No, I can't. I just can't. No, this feels like one. Chicago wins 2 out of 4. It's 4 terrible games to watch. Just trash all around. Next, pass. All right, today, next, whatever. San Fran, Milwaukee. So pretty much a pick 'em. 7.5 is a total. We are in Milwaukee, so we don't have to worry about weather because I do believe they are in a dome. Yes, they are. I'm correct. 54% Nervy based on what they've done. 4.0, 226 at 16th and 22nd for San Fran. Milwaukee, 7.7, 264, 4th and 8th. So advantage goes to Milwaukee, but you see that downtrend from the last game, 3 runs and a $133. That is a little concerning here. So, and both teams strike out a bunch, more so for San Fran. So, pitchers. We got Logan Webb going out there for San Fran. You can see what he's done. Dude has been cooking his last 5 games. He's been good. Been great. Amazing. Tobias Myers has been in his last, all of his games on the screen are pretty good. We have a pitching matchup, elite pitching here so far. So, all right, let's go see. We got some elite props to look at. Outs is starting to go up for him. See, he's starting to go up. See, he came down a little bit. Now he's going back up, ramping up for, I will say the playoffs, but they're 500. I don't know. Everyone's 500. It feels like, doesn't it? I think I saw an article last week that said there's no team on pace for 100 wins for the first time in many years. It's why betting's hard. There's no true like dominant teams. All you have is the White Sox that are 100 losses. Everybody else is kind of grouped together. So strikeouts is 5.5. Against Milwaukee, who is that? I might take it. I think I might do it. And we're getting plus EV. It should be 175. We're getting it for 132. Yep, we're going to do it. Why not? Webb over, what was that? 5.5? 5.5 strikeouts. We'll take that plus value. You get the 4 at least every game. How are you for the whole season? Yeah, you get the 4 almost every game. I think you can get 2 more against a team that's striking out 22nd most. I feel good about that. I'm feeling good. Feeling warm and fuzzy on the insides about that one. Hits, don't worry about that one. And earn runs and walks. I didn't even look at your stuff yet. I just jumped right to your props. I was excited. Let's see. I mean, not much history. There's green, but it's not much. Against righties, Milwaukee, there's no one that really stands out. Yeah, no one. Okay, cool. Let's pop over here to Myers. What you got for us, buddy? Nothing. San Fran versus righties is terrible. They're better against lefties. I say terrible. No, these are actually bad numbers. These are a lot of low 2s, except for that one, except for Wade. Everyone else is low 2s to high 1s. Ugh. Okay. Myers strikeouts might be a play. Here it is. Really? I hope you're hungry. Or nothing, because that's what that is. That's terrible. Earn runs, yeah, you've been a beast, but yeah. Bats? The bats? Okay, we got Mitchell and Ramos. So the only 2 I would even consider. Adams is getting back up there. Mitchell and Ramos. Okay, let's look for these 2. Mitchell and Ramos. We want Ramos is never faced. Ramos is 247 in the season. That's a no. Mitchell is 240, same spot, 240, and never faced. So both of those are a no. So okay, this feels like a pitching matchup. What's the total? 7.5. Of course it is. That makes sense. I'm gonna take Webb over 5.5 strikeouts. I don't like a side in this one. Other than that, just Webb strikeouts next game. All right, next up, Miami and Colorado. Colorado is a pretty moderate favorite at home. That's weird to say. Total's 11. It's in Coors Field, obviously. Looking at the weather, we see winds out to left at 8. Rain not an issue. Neither team's on a streak. 50% Nerfy. You notice how the Nerfies are dropping down closer to 50% as we go? That's making Nerfies even harder. All these damn Nerfies are being hit. Why they're banned. That's why it's banned. 3.7, 247 for Miami is 20th and 12th. Colorado 5 and 245 is 11th and 13th. I don't see an advantage either way. Colorado's getting a little bit more runs, but yeah, nothing stands out. Pitching, we got Munoz going out there for Miami, who is giving up runs. That's the way he does. 3-4, 3-4, 2-6. Yeah, okay. Quantrill's going out there for the Rockies, and he also gives up runs. So I see why the total is 11. How are the bats doing? They're middle of the road, but the total is 11. Ugh. Oh, yesterday's score was 3-2, so I should tell you something. Okay, let's go to Quantrill stats. Nothing there against righties. Miami, we got some Burgers 260 with 16 bombs. Burger home run in Colorado feels right. Sanchez down here. Let's look at the bats. Who stands out? Toglia walks. That was a beautiful one yesterday. Got that one. That was great. Outside of that, nothing else stands out to me. Okay, so let's go to props. No. This is also one of those series that, unless you're a fan of these 2 teams, you're probably not going to want to watch it. It's not going to be a good series. The total's 11. It's either going to be a blowout or it's going to be 3-2 again. That's what it is. These bats make these pitchers look like all-stars. That's what it is. So your props are terrible too. Ugh, nobody has good props. What's up with this? All right, maybe your history shows me something. A lot of zeros. That's promising for an over of 11. Colorado versus righties, a lot of low to mid 2s, no one in the 3s. Tovar's the only one close. So yeah, this is just a terrible game. This is also a series. It's going to be kind of terrible. So this is going to be a pass for me. Just move on to the next one. Before we go to this one, I just realized that when I was talking about the White Sox and Rangers, how terrible the series was, because I just said how terrible Colorado Miami is. I said, oh, the White Sox are going to win 4 games in this weekend series. It's Tuesday. My mind is so messed up. See, I took PTO from work the next 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because I want to focus on football for the first week of the season. So today is my Friday, technically at my job. So that's what threw me off. So yeah, mine's all over the place. A lot of stuff going on. Fun time. So yeah, still think Chicago win the games. Just saying. So, all right, Mets, Diamondbacks. We have it's a pick 'em. 8.5 is your total. Let's look at the weather. It's in Arizona. It's in a dome. No worries about the weather. Might be hot outside, but not inside. Arizona's won 6 in a row. The Mets have lost one. 44% nerfy based on what they've done this year. 3 runs, a buck 44 for the Mets. That's 26 and 29. That ain't gonna get the job done. 7.7, 305. That's 4th for both of them for Arizona. So you gotta lean Arizona on the bats right there. Let's look at the pitchers. We got Manea going out there. Dude is giving up three times in a row. Before that was a gem against St. Louis. Okay, cool. Eduardo Rodriguez is going out there in his 4th game of the season, and he's also giving up 3, except for the last one. He did pretty good against Miami, so I don't see really a lean either way in pitching. So props time. Let's go with Rodriguez first. Martinez is 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. I mean, tell me you're on this list. Martinez. Oh, you're not. There's Martinez, but you're way down here. But that's hilarious. It's 2 for 2. All right. Against lefties. Martinez is 287, 377, 344. Yeah, the Mets like them. Some of the Mets like them. Some lefties. Some prefer righties still, but some do. So. Strikeouts. How are the strikeouts going? Mets are second to last. Mets are struggling, are they not? 4.5. How many outs do you normally go? You go 5, at least 5 innings. Okay, that's cool. I can rock with that. 4.5 against the Mets. Yeah, I'll take that prop. I'll make that deal. Damn good deal. Let's see. What's that? 4.5? Yeah, I'll take that. Or rock with that. We'll rock. You might only get 5, but hey, as long as you get 5, I'm cool with it. So hits. You go up hits too. But the Mets are struggling. So if the Mets keep on struggling, as long as you get 5 strikeouts, I don't care what you give up. So okay, cool. Actually, I do because I'm probably taking Arizona on the money line. So don't give up too much, just a little bit. So all right, let's go Manea. Let's look at your history, my man. What you got, my Manea? Let's see. Grichuk has 2 home runs as well, but in 16 at bats with 375. Were you on this up here? You were not. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Like to check those things out, see who's hot right now versus who's hot all season. Against lefties, yeah. I mean, yeah, some absolutely love it, some don't. So, okay, cool. Outs, I mean, you're going 7 most times. Okay, that's cool. That's cool to see. I mean, but Arizona's number 4 in both offense and runs. They tee off on you, ain't going 7, buddy. You're going to get pulled at like 4. But I just, okay. Let's look at the props. Who else is good? We got McCarthy and Carroll. Let's bounce back here. Let's do some season hunting now. We want McCarthy. Wrong team. McCarthy and Carroll. Corbin is a $191 against lefty, so Corbin's out. McCarthy is 340 with an 841, but no home runs and only 11 RBIs. So he gets on base, is what it looks like. So if he gets a single and then somebody knocks him in, that's a win. Okay. And Gurriel and Perdomo. Gurriel Jr. And let's look at you real quick. Gurriel is 336 with 5 homers. See, I like that one better. Let's take him. I like that's a good deal. I like that deal. So we're gonna take Gurriel. How you spell that? EL Jr. over 1.5 HRR. Yep, we're gonna rock with that. And then there was one Mets on that list too. It is Vientos. My friend, let's see what we got. Vientos has no history, and you are 344 with 6 home runs. I mean, why not? We'll take him too. We're having 4 plays in this game. You know how that works out usually, so be cautious. There we go. So, and I also am going to take Arizona in the money line parlay. So we're going to get Rodriguez strikeouts, Gurriel and Vientos both over 1.5, and Arizona in the money line. A lot of plays. Next game. All right, Tampa, Seattle. Seattle's a moderate favorite. 6.5 is your total. That's a low total. It's in dome, so no worries about that. We see 51% Nerfy based on what they've done. Seattle's won 2, Tampa's lost 2. 3.7, 216 for Tampa. That's 20th and 25th. However, look at their last time out. 1 run, 0.069. Ain't going to get the job done. 30th last. Seattle, 4 runs, 202. That's 16th and 26th. With a little bump up from the last game. And both teams strike out a ton. So, pitchers. Springs going out there. Pretty good numbers. Can't complain. Pretty decent pitcher. Logan Gilbert's going out there. And yeah, we can complain. Not a good pitcher right now because rough, okay, great, and great. So, yeah, he's trending down. Not too good. So, we come over to props. Let's start with Gilbert. Let's look at the history. Nothing really stands out history, and Tampa's not good against righties or lefties. Mid to low twos. That's what they are. That's Tampa. So, outs, yeah. Strikeouts is 7.5. What are they doing? I lean a little bit because I think he might hit this, but I'm not going to pay to find out. Is minus 120 at that? No. Can't do it. Hits, earned runs, walks, none of that. Springs. Let's look at your stuff. Oh, boop, boop, boop. Springs. Nothing on the history. Not many at bats anyways against lefties. Seattle's the same as Tampa. They're just not, lefties even worse. There's barely any mid twos. It's all low twos and high to mid ones. Ugh, terrible. Again, another terrible matchup. So, strikeouts, hits, earned runs, walks. Nothing looks good. He only has 5 times all year. So, bats, all we have is Rivas, and it's 0.05, and I don't even want to take it because I just don't like this game. I don't like this matchup. This is a terrible matchup. I just don't like it. Seattle hit the money line yesterday, and that tailed parlay, but outside of that, I'm not touching it. So I'm going to pass on this one and move on to that last game. Last game, potential World Series preview, perhaps? I mean, maybe not, but who knows? Baltimore, Dodgers. Dodgers minus 200 effectively. 8.5 is your total. Looking at the weather, because it's LA, it's going to be good. Wind blowing out slightly at 9. Okay, cool. Info. Neither team's on a streak. 44% Nerfy. 4.3, $1.83 for Baltimore. That is 15th and 28th, including last game. They got 3 runs, but at 0.071 average. That ain't good. Strikeouts, they strike out a little bit. Dodgers, 6 runs, 229 at 6th and 20th, and 7.3. So nothing's really standing out them at all. So, Dodgers get us slightly in the bats. Barely. Irvin's going out there. You can see what he's done. He's pitched 1 game in the past month, and then he was good his last one. Before that, pretty decent. He's a starter who doesn't really go many innings. So, one of those fun ones. Flaherty's going out there, and I mean, since he got acquired, he had a great game, a bad game, an okay game, and a good game. So, he's been all of them. So, all right, let's look at the props. Let's start with Irvin since I got Flaherty pulled up. No, we want Irvin. There we go. History. Hernandez, 2 home runs and 6 at-bats, and Ohtani, 2 home runs and 27 at-bats. Come on, props. What do we got? Ohtani is right there, HRR, recently. That might be a fun one to take because he does have a history of hitting home runs off the guy. Yeah, he's batting 296. I might rock with it. And Hernandez is right there, too. I might do it as well. Let's look at the rest of the stuff. How's against lefties? Ohtani's only 266. Hernandez is 234. They both kind of struggle against lefties, but they do have a little bit of a history against Irvin. Okay, cool. Whatever. Strikeouts? No. Hits? Earned runs? Walks? None of those props look good. Jack, what you got for us? A lot of nothing. Rivera's got a home run and 5 at-bats. Okay, cool. Baltimore likes to hit righties, apparently. Everything's green except for a few reds, and they're mid 2, so nothing stands out. Okay, cool. Strikeouts, 5.5. Baltimore is 18th in strikeouts. I just, yeah, though. Yeah, I can see it. Let's see the whole season. Yeah, I can see it. Yep. Got to take that one. Flaherty over was a 5.5 Ks. Yeah, I'm down for that. Sure, let's ride with that one. That's a cool one to ride with. Let's go back to zoom in. Hits, earned runs, walks, and outs. Outs are consistent, but it's a high number. He usually gets pulled in the fifth. It looks like he doesn't get the full six. So that's cool. Okay. And the bats we saw, the only one that really stands out is Urias. Yeah, these are here, but these are getting in my area where it's like, oh, Hernandez is 50, that's 60. I'm gonna lay off those. I'm gonna lay off Urias. Let's look how you have done. We'd like to look at the histories. Um, you're the only one of the three reds in the whole screen with no history. Okay, we're leaving you alone too. So, all right, I'm passing the side, the total, none of that stuff. I got Flaherty over 5.5 strikeouts, and we're gonna end it right there. All right, that's it. That's all 15 games broken down. There's some disgusting games out there, but there's some great games out there. Do your own research before just blindly tailing anything I say. Obviously, it's what you should be doing. I know a lot of people do that already because I see people. I'll have a bad day, but then they'll tag me on Twitter and say, thanks to you, I hit this. I'm like, awesome. I love that because that's how it should be. Don't just blindly tail somebody. You should never do that. So for the Moneyline Parlay, all I have is the Cubs, the Yankees, and Arizona. That's all I have. The rest of the plays are all there. The passes are there. It's there. So check out Outlier, link in the description. Get you a free week. It's totally worth it. Football starting up. Baseball's been going on. You get to see all the cool stuff. You haven't seen it, let me show you right quick. We got time. See football. There it is. Bang. First game for Thursday. There it is. Awesome. Love that stuff. So on top of that, I appreciate you watching. Appreciate you being here. Drop a like, subscribe if you haven't, and help grow the channel. I'm trying to grow this up. So trying to make people betters overall. So on top of that, hopefully we all end up green. Drop your favorite play in the comment, a parlay, whatever it is. I will tail the ones I like. You see I tail them, and I will show you I tail them. And on top of that, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.